And a couple quick points from Yemen in the resistance report this week. We saw number 40 here is a pair of Palestine 2 ballistic missiles being fired. People may remember this one. We showed it earlier in the war. It's the one with the 𝐓𝐡𝐞 nose cone. It's a nice touch. But this is a missile with a 2,200 kilometer range that were launched. They've been launched daily over the last week or 10 days, launched at Israel. And we can look on the after we see these from a different angles. They're showing these launches from a different angles. The impressive ballistic missiles that set off alarms in Israel had millions of Israelis running to the shelters every night for about the last 10 days. These ballistic missiles have been penetrating Israeli airspace, as we're going to see in the upcoming clips that I have organized for you here after this departure of these last 2 Palestine 2 missiles. They arrive from launch to arrival in Israel, targeting Ben Gurion Airport, they said, and the 2 air bases in southern Israel have been the targets that Ansar Allah has said. These are 11 minutes flight time to cover the 2,050 kilometers from Yemen to Israel. And these ballistic missiles have made it so that the airports in Ben Gurion are essentially shut down. No foreign flights are coming in. We know, of course, because of the blockade of the Red Sea by Ansar Allah, that there hasn't been ships coming into Eilat port. So we can do number 41, just shows you, this makes it look like you're getting hammered by a missile barrage, but this is just the number of sirens and the number of people that are fleeing to shelters. And in the next video clip, I stitched together some civilian videos that will show you what it sounds like when these operations take place. There's the 2 failed intercepts from the Arrow 2 system. You can see it from a bunch of different angles. The 2 flashes are the Arrow 2 attempting to detonate, and you can clearly see the Palestine 2 warhead travels right through. You can see it again. There's the 2. And the miss. Here you see it again. There's the 2 arrows missing, and then here again you'll see the two arrows trying to get it. Multi-billion-dollar air defense system being penetrated. Pretty spectacular. And this one's even more obvious. So that was a clear test of the failure of the Arrow 2 and Arrow 3 system. Israel has a THAAD system that we talked about that sends up $12 million interceptors that was put in play over the last few days, and they shot down their first Ansar Allah missile, a Yemeni armed forces missile. But again, the port is closed. The airport is closed. Travel to Israel is basically non-existent. And I just wanted to bring this back to Abu Ubaidah because Qassam released a statement about these operations. And Abu Ubaidah said, "We commend the missile strike carried out by our truthful brothers Ansar Allah in Yemen, targeting the heart of the Zionist entity. We salute their steadfast support for Gaza and call on them to escalate their attacks on the occupation as it yields, until it yields and halts the genocidal war. We also condemn the terrorist attacks carried out by the Zionist entity, and it might be added by the U.S., because the U.S. is also bombing Yemen. The people of Yemen which undeniably prove that the enemy that Israel is an enemy of the entire nation. This necessitates all components to confront its crimes and support the resistance of the Palestinians, the first line of defense against the nation. And also, yesterday, although we don't have footage, we may have it for next week to show you. The Yemeni armed forces downed the 13th MQ-9 Reaper drone of the Americans. We saw footage from the ground. We may see official military media footage of that. And if that is published, I'll, of course, bring that to you next week. So that is the resistance from southern Gaza to the tip of northern Gaza. Some operations in the West Bank and operations in Yemen as well.